So, I know a chunk of our audience is American, so I'll get this out of the way first. Yeah, we won silver, but hey, we're probably your second favorite podcast now, right? That should be the rule. We're second in hockey, which means we're second in your podcast reel, so make sure you're listening to us more. Hey! It's the best I can do.
What about all the other Canadian podcasts? All the other Canadian podcasts, do we all share second place?
No.
It's just us.
We're the only Canadian gaming podcast.
We're the winners of second place.
Yep, confirmed. I just checked Wikipedia. I didn't even have to type it. It was already up.
Right? Anyways, PixelPlay Podcast, episode 228. We're here to also talk about more sad things, not just Canada, not winning gold medal in the sport that we claim to be the best at, but also Xbox claiming to be the best at video games. Actually, just kidding. We're going to get rid of all of our major members.
They don't claim that.
Yeah, I don't think they claim that.
Oh, I'm sure in their boardrooms they fucking do.
I don't think so. I think they are like, we're definitely top 3.
I don't know. Toxic positivity in the workplace is a thing, man.
Could be. I guess we'll never know.
Well, neither will Phil Spencer. But yeah, we're going to talk about that, mostly about how, hey, is this going to affect Xbox, and B, what's his legacy? To which I'm like, okay, let's put this rule in. His shirts do not count as part of his legacy.
Okay, well, I got to rewrite my show notes.
That is its own special Hall of Fame, okay?
That's my whole
Don't
notes
take away the thing he
shirts.
worked hard on.
Yeah.
That's why I'm taking it away, so we actually have to think about it.
I did, and that's why I wrote shirts. That's all I wrote, a bunch of times, shirts.
But anyways, I'm going to start off with what I've been doing because it's very little. I have not played any games in the last 7 days. Almost like, it's around my birthday and I feel like I need to actually celebrate with people. I don't know. Something about that. You know what I did do, though? It is gaming related. I watched 2 really good movies. One of which should have been the number 1 in our video a few weeks ago, Mortal Kombat from 1995.
It made second.
Yeah,
it got
not
the
good
Canada
enough.
of hockey. You know what I mean?
That movie is not the Canada of hockey this year. Okay. Fallout. God damn it.
Did you watch Fallout?
No, still haven't.
Then you don't know what you're missing.
I don't care.
If you think that's good, think of how good Fallout must be.
Do you think
Mortal Kombat.
Do you think Canadians care about any other country when it comes to hockey? No, we don't. We just know we're the best.
I think this is living in Adam's head rent free.
Yeah, this is Wait,
a lot of things live rent free in my head, sir. Okay.
If one thing was Mortal Kombat, I'm curious what the other thing would be.
See, okay, you know how Mortal Kombat had a sequel?
Yeah.
It's not that, right?
Yeah, I
Please
didn't
tell me.
that.
Okay, good.
But I watched the closest thing to it. So if you want Mortal Kombat with the level of cheesy action, fun comedy, and that's about it. It's Dead or Alive from 2006. The only difference is the villain is not as good.
I knew it. I knew he was going to say Dead or Alive.
I straight up said to folks after the movie, this is literally Mortal Kombat. It's just instead of Shang Tsung, the legend, you get Eric Roberts.
Instead of watching Fallout, you watched Dead or Alive?
Yeah, with friends. What do you fucking want?
Okay, fine. At least with friends, it would be more fun.
What, you think I just randomly alone was like, you know what, I need to watch a bunch of movies on my own?
I mean...
I've done that.
Yeah, I kind of do.
I have 100% done that. I watched Fallout twice. The first time was alone.
I've gone to... Honestly, gonna throw it out there, going to the movies by yourself, awesome experience.
It is legit. That and going to a restaurant. I've done both.
Concerts.
It's so good. You don't think it'd be good, and all of a sudden you're like, I'm on top of the world. I don't know. It's crazy.
I got to the point where I start going to concerts just by myself, and I'm just like, man, this is the way to do it. You go there, you have you don't have to worry if anyone else is having a good time. You do whatever the hell you want.
Yep.
It's great. I go to more concerts by myself than I do with my Jen or anything like that, because it's easier. We have different musical tastes.
Concerts or sporting events I could understand. I can't see myself with movies, but that's mostly just because why would I spend the money? If I'm gonna go see something alone, I might as well just wait till I can get it elsewhere and not
better
pay as
speakers.
much.
It's all about the speakers,
Yeah.
Really good sound.
Yep. And then with restaurants, my brain's
not having the kids there, that's also a deal breaker.
I also just treat restaurants as a social thing, so to me it would be really weird not socializing.
Yeah, to be honest, I'm with Adam on that. I won't go to a restaurant by myself because that's a social thing. If I'm eating by myself, I can just eat garbage at home.
It's at that point I just order fast food and be gone.
No, you sit at the bar and you order dinner while sitting at the bar. You aren't alone because the bartender sees that you're alone and they spend all their time talking to you.
Because, like, you pathetic soul. Now, you don't mind giving me a $20 tip, right?
Oh, you always got to tip a little bit if they're nice. But no, I actually love it. Like, I will go to a bar and sit and like order maybe just one drink and then like dinner and sit at the bar. I've done it. I go with my wife when she goes on like work trips to California or Las Vegas or something like that. I've got like 3 days to do whatever I want, and I will go to restaurants. I'll go to bars. I'll do whatever. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's empowering.
But yeah, no, I watched both Mortal Kombat and Dead or Alive. Mortal Kombat is still amazing to me. That doesn't change.
100%.
The only thing that the only two things that every time I watch and I go, I'm like, okay, Katana's actress is the fucking worst. She is as deadpan as you can possibly ever fucking get. And yeah, like somebody said, oh, for the time it's really good in the CG. I'm like, if you count Reptile, no, it's not.
No, Reptile was brutal. Goro was cool, but
Yeah.
not. But I think there was some stop motion or something
Oh, there was
going on
definitely
there.
stop motion.
There was some stuff, like most of it works pretty well. The set design is still, like, bar none, some of the best you'll ever see in any movie.
Yeah.
Even today, it's still some of the best set design you'll see in any movie.
And Katana, she was a Bond girl. She was in License to Kill.
I would not have remembered that because I don't think I ever watched that one because it's like the one that most people say is like, yeah.
She was Scaramanga girl, but then obviously she ends up with Bond because he's got to take the girl too.
Of course.
Well, I mean, a lot of Bond girls are pretty wooden too, so I guess it wouldn't be that crazy to say. Yeah, I still enjoy that movie To Kingdom and Come, or To Kingdom or hell, I don't know what the fucking saying is anymore. I'm out of it.
You like the movie.
Yes, I liked it a lot. Dead or Alive, on the other hand, is a mixture of I love so much about you, but my God, you're so bad. Because, like, the action is great. Honestly, it's funny, too. So, I originally wanted to watch the movie because, again, horny teenager. I know, shocking. I didn't know, horny teenage men existed. It's just a new concept at this point. I watched it because, at the time, Too Fast, Too Furious wasn't far away from that, and I really liked Devon Aoki's character in that. So, I watched Dead or Alive because I'm like, cool, she's Kasumi, and that means she'll be in a bikini. Sick. And I watched this movie again a couple days ago and went, the fuck is wrong with me? As a kid, Devon Aoki? No, man. Jamie fucking Presley, bro, a.k.a. Margot Robbie's totally real mom? Abso-fucking-lutely. Tina is amazing in that movie. And I mean that both, like, figuratively, and literally. But she's actually amazing. Like, she's... Honestly, now that I've watched the movie again, there's only two people that are actually good in that movie. And that's her and her dad, which is Kevin Nash, ironically, who plays bass in that movie. Everybody else, Kasumi, wooden, doesn't do shit. Ayane isn't even fucking Japanese. At least with Kasumi and Devon Aoki, at least she's Japanese but American. Fucking Ayane is a Norwegian woman. And not even close to being Asian. Hitomi is just weird. And they almost turn Hitomi into like, what's the best way to explain? Like, I guess what you would expect, like, the overly preppy, like college girl. But, like, that didn't really work out very well. Christy is just like, hey, I'm sexy. And we're like, okay, can you do anything else? I'm sexy. I'm like, all right, well, I guess that's all you got. And then the villain is, like, just Eric Roberts, who is notoriously a really fucking bad actor. And also, they just basically made him, like, a Mark Zuckerberg, Elon Musk type where he's just rich as fuck and uses this pair of glasses that downloads people's moves into his brain, apparently, so he can do kung fu. Yeah.
At some point, do they say, we've got to go after the bad guy, and we need him?
No, but they did play beach volleyball, which is all that matters.
Of course. But do they say, we need him dead or alive? Do they say it? No? Oh, that's...
It's not a Bond movie, Chris.
You got to say the name.
Funnily enough, honestly, most of the best characters in it are the ones that are barely fucking in it because they actually look like the characters, like Lei Fang, Gen Fu. Like, they actually look kind of like them, and then they're gone. They're just like, and the tournament, and they've been eliminated from the tournament. Bye, guys. And we're like, okay, cool. We're stuck with all the people that look nothing like the person they're supposed to play. Cool. Even better, Hayabusa is an Asian guy. And it's like, wait, so you have like a proper Asian dude as Hayabusa, but the other ones that are also in this movie are like, nah, man, that's too hard. You couldn't find anybody, like even Lucy Liu couldn't be bothered to show up for like 2 minutes? Like, really, guys? You couldn't find anybody?
I don't think Lucy Liu in 2006 would have done Dead or Alive. I think she had other things.
Whatever. But yeah, look, if it's not like the UA Bowl, like really bad gay movies where there's like almost nothing redeeming about it. This one still has like, it's still like cheesy, campy action fun like what Mortal Kombat 95 was. It's just the difference is Chris Lambert isn't in it. Even Robin Shou is actually in Dead or Alive.
He is?
Yeah, he's a pirate that tries to get on board Tina's ship and she kicks the shit out of him. I'm like, what? No, Robin, you're not the chosen one in this movie. Get out of there. So it's a fun little Easter egg in that he shows up and gets his ass handed to him. But other than that, it's if you're looking for just something to brainlessly turn your mind off, that one's fine. But just watch Mortal Kombat, not Annihilation. Please stay the fuck away from Annihilation. Don't give that any sort of credence.
No, don't. Well, speaking of which, the Mortal Kombat, did anybody notice in the Olympics that a bunch of figure skaters did video game themed songs and things? There was a Mortal Kombat one. Yeah, a guy and girl. I don't know what country they were from or anything like that. Like, I didn't actually like watch it, but I did see the clips, and they did the song from Mortal Kombat, and the guy was dressed as Sub-Zero, and the girl was Katana. People cool.
Like every as we get further and further down the line, like the Winter Olympics has told me that like actually there's two things that I've noticed have gotten extremely nerdy in sports. Figure skating is one of them. There's a lot of anime. I mean, Yuri on Ice, which is a really popular gay figure skating anime that a lot of people got super into. I can't remember when it came out. I think it was like just before COVID, if I'm not mistaken. That really got people. Like, anime was already a pretty like low-key thing in figure skating, and it just shot to the top. Like, everybody was like, "Oh, it's cool now. Okay, cool. We can just immediately like, okay, this is my Evangelion routine," and everybody was like, "Yeah, okay, yeah, that makes sense." And then pro wrestling is just the nerdiest fucking shit now. Like, almost everybody is a massive gamer or anime guy.
Oh yeah, I mean,
one of the
figure skaters came out. My wife was watching, and I saw him come out, and I'm like, "Who does this guy think he is? The Prince of Persia?" Because he had like on that outfit. I Shazammed the song because I'm like, I know this and like it. It was literally the soundtrack for Prince of Persia: Lost Crown, like the Metroidvania one, Kaylin, that you and I played. Like,
nice.
He chose a song from that for like competing for an Olympic medal. I was like, oh, he does think he's the Prince of Persia. Okay.
Why doesn't that translate to synchronized swimming? Where's the Mario underwater music if somebody's doing the dance to that? Come on.
Well, because Mario doesn't surface a lot. They'd probably all drown, Adam. It would be very traumatic.
Nobody likes water levels.
Well, okay. Well, they also can't do the Sonic drowning theme at the end, all right? So
they should. See, now that I'm on board with. Throw that in a few times. That'll get you going.
And also, as I've said this before, there are some Olympic events that need to be put in there because we need to stop having them being all like rich people events and make them like for the people events, like mini golf. But like, we need a kart racing one. Oh my god, and have it playing to like Mario Circuit music in the background.
Oh, that would be so sick. That would actually be sick. And then a guy dressed as Sonic just running past them all.
Yeah. And it's just Kalen in a Sonic suit being like, "You guys didn't need to be in a car."
You know that we could just have played Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games, and many of these things probably happen.
Probably. But yeah, that's all I did.
Nice.
I'm kind of still in a holding pattern until like more of the bigger stuff starts popping up in like March, April. So
March is gonna be good.
Yeah, it is. Kaylin, what about you? What have you been up to?
So not been playing a bunch. Not much has changed since last week. I'm still going through Red Faction. I'm liking it. It's a game-ass game. Not like you need to play it if you don't want to play it, but it holds up fun. I'm having fun just going around blowing up stuff, and like I said, it gives very much a Mercenaries kind of vibe feel, and that's scratching itch.
There are just some games that's like, look, is it amazing? No, but it's fucking fun.
Right, like that's the thing. Like it's repetitive. It's just like, go blow this up. I'm like, okay, let's go blow some stuff up. And the missions are fast too. Like I can get a mission done in and out 5 minutes, maybe 10. Like I'm breezing through this game and it's fun. I'm assuming I'm about halfway done. There's like, I think 4 areas I have to liberate, and I've just gotten to the 3rd one, so I think I'm like going pretty fast. But the game I did beat was Metroid Dread. I came last week saying, man, the last boss, don't know if I'm going to beat it, blah, blah, blah. It's super good. I was able to get through, and like I was talking with Chris about this. The thing that's really cool with Metroid Dread is that everything is accomplishable. Like there's nothing that is like impossible, nothing that they haven't prepared you for. And so I initially thought, man, this boss is pretty brutal. But once I like got through the movesets and I started figuring out, like I can go back now and be like, yeah, this guy's easy to beat. And that's the cool thing about Metroid Dread is that like the challenge seems insurmountable until you figure it out. Once you get it figured out, you're like, oh yeah, that was totally a fair challenge, and like that was on me to fix it. So I stand by this game. This game for me is a perfect game, like 6 out of 6. But I'll give it the 5 out of 6. Like if you're not a Metroidvania fan, I don't know if this is going to convince you, but it does it perfectly. And I was watching a video on like Game Maker's Toolkit about like how this game manages to not get you lost, and it's really amazing the stuff they do behind the scenes to kind of manage this game, and I really like it. I still think it's the best game on the Switch.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and it's that Nintendo, I don't know, that thing where like they teach you where to navigate or how to do a tutorial without like making it obvious. Like it's just in the design somehow. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Love it.
Yeah, so that's what I've just been playing. Not a lot on that end. So yeah, that's it with me.
Nice. Well, I've beaten 3 games, so I'm going to just burst through them real quick.
At least somebody's been playing games.
I have.
I'm doing my best. I got kids.
I can't say shit. I got no excuse.
So my first game is Black Ops 6, like Call of Duty Black Ops 6. Not the new one or the newest one that's out, Black Ops 7. Fuck that game. I don't even want to try it.
It was
6.
okay.
And when I say 6, I mean the campaign.
Oh, wait, never mind.
Obviously.
I'm thinking not that. Never mind.
You thinking a different one?
Oh, wait, what's the new one that everybody's making fun of? Is it Modern? I'm already lost because I've forgotten. Is it Modern Warfare or is it Black Ops?
Black Ops 7 just came out.
Then I'm must be. What am I thinking of that I played? What was the last one that I played?
Black Ops 6, maybe, last year?
Was it really that long ago? It feels like I don't
like a year. Yeah,
once that long ago. All right, well, there we go. Never mind. Ignore me.
Black Ops 6, really, really, really good game. For me, the Black Ops series, the reason I like it is because I love the like slightly historical aspect to the campaign. Mm-hmm. It's usually based in the past, right? Like Black Ops 1,
you know what he means. Don't give that.
What I mean is it takes like a real event and usually has real people, and it's in the past, like. In Black Ops, I don't know, one of them, like, Reagan comes in and starts, like, giving you a mission and stuff. Like, it's just interesting where it takes, like...
It's fake real.
Like, fake real. Like, it takes real moments in history and then obviously throws in, like, secret dumb shit that was happening behind the scenes that's not real.
Like zombies.
Like, no, not zombies. That's the online fucking mode, not that shit.
I mean, the one where there's a mission where it's like you hallucinating and it turns into a zombie?
Yes. Yeah, and I was going to quickly talk about that. Because the thing I like about this one takes place in 1991. So there's a lot of stuff with like Saddam Hussein and like Iraq and like Bill Clinton's randomly in it. Like I like that kind of stuff. It's kind of like, oh yeah, I remember these moments in history. Now everything actually happening that you're doing has nothing to do with all of that real stuff. You just kind of see it in the background. Maybe. But that's why I always like Black Ops, because it's like the 80s, the 70s, the 60s. This one's in 1991. Like I've always loved the campaigns and how they take you back to a time where it's like not about the technology and stuff. It's like literally like we got to go in here and we got to get these like nuclear codes and they're like in this base and you know this is all like off the books and we're going in and like let's go do this shit. And this one did it really, 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 really well. The story by no means is going to like blow anybody away. It's more just like the action movie approach to it. Each level was actually like differently designed. Like every level was slightly different than the last, so it never felt repetitive because you always wondered what the next missions were going to be. Kind of. Now, no, not all of them landed, but. You'll have like your basic Call of Duty level you start with where you're like in a desert. And then all of a sudden in another one, it's like, all right, we have to go to this gala and you're going to pretend you're a reporter for a newspaper and you're going in and you have to get a retina scan of this person. And then you're going to go and we're going to do all this shit while, you know, this, you know, person is going to go and do their gala speech and this senator and you're going to do shit behind the scenes. So it's like not even where you're using a gun and stuff for the first bit. It's actually like espionage and kind of cool. Then there was a level that was not great. That was, in my opinion, because it was like an open world attempt for just one level. It's where there was like 3 SAM missile launcher kind of things around
where you
on
have
a
like
map.
a vehicle that you go around in,
and you're in a vehicle, and it's like, well, there's the 3 you have to drive and destroy them, and then the mission's over. But there's all these other things on the map that you can do, and it's like I don't fucking want to do this. Like this isn't an open world game. I just want to blow up these missiles and go to the next level. So that one like really to me was not great. Didn't even take too long if you just beeline the main missions, but still not my favorite. And then there was yes, Adam, you mentioned the hallucinating, like working in Black Ops zombies into one level. The reason I didn't like that one is because for some reason it was really fucking hard. The difficulty of that level did not match the difficulty of every other level. I was playing on easy, and the zombies one, I was running out of ammo. I was running out of like everything that I would need to actually like beat the levels, and it was like kind of shitty. But then you'd all of a sudden have the next level, and it was like a heist level in a casino, and it's like, this is so amazing. Like it just kept going. Like I would say like 8 out of, say, if there was 10 levels, 8 of them hit like really, really well. But then the 2 that didn't hit, I was like, I can't wait for these levels to be done because I just want to like move on with my day. But yeah, the campaign is like really, really good. The gameplay is Call of Duty, so it's actually really, really tight. It has 120 FPS mode on the Xbox and the PlayStation. I even put on my TV to see how it was running, and it was actually running at like 110. So it wasn't a perfect 120, but you can't tell the difference when you get the frame rates that high. So it felt like really, really good and really fluid without sacrificing the graphics or anything. Like, I don't know if they were using ray tracing or any crap like that in this game. I don't think this is a game that you'd really notice much, but just the actual look of the game was really, really fun and really cool. Looked nice. The colors that they would choose, like you can see in the video here, if anybody's watching the video version of the podcast, like the red lights and stuff that would be in a hallway, and it's like the only light that you've kind of got. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed playing through it, and it's more just one I wanted to play because I eventually won't have Game Pass, and I don't want to pay like full price for something like this because this was pretty quick. I guess I would give this like a 4.5 out of 6, just because it's not a very long campaign. Like you get through it really quick if you're not going to play the online. It's not worth like $80 or $90 or whatever the heck these games are going for now. And it's got a couple levels that I think are either a little too hard or like kind of drag on. But yeah, otherwise I would give this 4.5 or so out of 6. If you have Game Pass, like there's no, like I suggest playing this while you still have Game Pass because it's actually a like really fun campaign.
Just don't play Black Ops 7. Don't do that to yourself.
No, and that's the reason, and that's why I brought up the whole like historical thing, because I don't like the Black Ops where it's like it's 2035 and robots are everywhere, and you're in the Black Ops like CIA. It's like,
yeah, because like
Black
it's not
Ops?
Black Ops anymore.
No, like it's supposed to be like
I know that they didn't do very well with Infinite Warfare, but like guys, like just call it something else when it goes past the present day.
Yeah, or like all these ones are usually in the past. Like this one is 1991, but it's got the same characters, and now they're like in their 60s, some of them and stuff. Woods and Adler from the other games, but like the ones that were in like the 70s and 60s, it was all like, all right, you're in Paris, and it's, you know, there's some military here. You got to sneak because there's a person that's being interrogated. You got to get him out, and then there's nuclear codes in a safe, and you got to go get it. Like I liked the like espionage CIA kind of approach to it, which you don't get when you're shooting robots on a train in 2035. Like to me, that's not espionage. That's just like future scary shoot robot. Like, you know.
Yeah.
Another game I beat and actually got the platinum for was Lego Horizon Adventures. I had bought that game. I know it's on PS Plus. I got it for cheap. Like I would suggest if anybody's going to play this, like if you get it for $20, you'll get your money's worth. If you pay like full price, this is not like the other Lego games, unfortunately. Things where like Lego Harry Potter and Lego Star Wars kind of thrive is that you get all these levels that are designed around this story that you know. Where in Horizon, it's like, here's 6 levels in the desert area. Here's 6 levels in the snow area. Here's 6 levels in the forest area. And all of those 6 levels look the same. Like there's very little difference there. It was very cool the way they made the cauldrons you go into, and it's very cool the way they made some of the robots look as Lego and stuff. But it doesn't have the same vibe as the other Lego games, and there's definitely no replayability. In the other Lego games, you get the red bricks, which allow you to get like double experience, times 10 experience, or any of those kind of things. This one, you get red bricks, and they do nothing. They're the same as the gold bricks. So it's just get them for the sake of getting them. And there's no reason to get them because once the story's done, you have every trophy in the game minus getting all characters to max level, which takes like an hour. And I was just like goofing around and did that. So it looks pretty and it's fun, but
I think one of the key differences though is like the reason why it feels different is that this Lego game wasn't made by I think it's like TT Games or whatever. And so it's kind of interesting that it shows.
Yes, it definitely shows. It's like they put a lot of effort into making it look beautiful. This is probably the most beautiful looking Lego game, at least kind of, I think. I haven't played, possibly if there's a new one I haven't played that's very, very recent, but it's very, very pretty. Even just the like lighting effects off the bricks and stuff is nice. But you can tell like this is so linear that it just like kind of doesn't make sense. And you have like a home base you can design, but it's like there's no reason to, except for like the costumes are fun because it's like, all right, I'm going to be a hot dog while I play. And if you got kids, they can hop in with a second controller, and sure, that's a lot of fun. Like, haha, you're a chicken or a hot dog. But like, there's no replayability, and going back and replaying a level isn't like Lego Star Wars, where it's like, I love A New Hope, I'm going to go and play just the New Hope section of Lego Star Wars or something, right? Like, I really love the desert area. I'm going to go replay the desert area that looks the exact same as the snow area layout, just with snow instead of like a white tile instead of a light brown tile. Like, that's the only thing. But the game is super short and like fun. Played a little bit, like my wife hopped in and played a bit too. Anybody can kind of hop in there and do it. But of the Lego games, it's definitely one of the weakest that I've ever played. And then the last thing, I beat Hollow Knight. I actually did it. I went in. Now
a lot
that
of
I
people,
had
if they listen to last episode, are like, "Did you though, Chris?"
No, I did, but you're damn fucking right. I left God mode on and was invincible because I have a huge complaint about this game that's even more than before. Okay, it's actually two. One, there is no intuitive gameplay, like you just mentioned, Kaylin, for Metroid, for like, it helps you figure out where to go. There's a little map in the corner that you always see and it moves with you and all that. No, you are lost in this game. And every time you get like a new power, it's like, oh, now you can do a double jump. And it's like, where do I go? Like, there's no like, oh, I remember that one section that had that double jump. You have to like buy tokens to manually put on the map by yourself, and just remember the green token is like a double jump you thought of or some shit. Like, I have no idea why they made the traversal so hard. Not the traversal, just the like where to go and how to get there and everything. The navigation is so fucking brutal. Like, I needed a guide so that I could figure out like how to get unlost and not spend hours stuck in this one spot. And two, even with God mode, obviously I couldn't die, but I saw how difficult it was because I still got hit. I just didn't like lose health every time I did. I still got hit 30,000 fucking times by the time I beat this game. It is impossible to do with only, I got my health up to 6. 6. And if you get hit, you lose between 1 or more. It is ridiculous. Like, this game is the Dark Souls of Metroidvanias, and I'm sure that's what it's going for. And I get it's just not my cup of tea. But this does not make me want to play Silksong. Like, I have zero desire to hop in and play that unless I can activate God mode to just go through it. And even then, it's like the game's very pretty. The music is honestly like sublime. Like, I think the soundtrack is incredible. But I don't know what the story even is, because it's one of those games where it's like you kind of just got to find the lore throughout the levels and hope you understand it in the end. And I have no idea what fucking happened. I just know I'm the Hollow Knight. Like, that's it. That's what I got by the time I was done the game. So
You heard it here, folks. Chris says Silksong shouldn't have got nominated for Game of the Year.
yeah, I don't know if I'd put a Game of the Year. I'm not gonna lie. Like, maybe if you're really into like Metroidvanias and Dark Souls, and you're like, man, I just really wish those two would come together and be about insects. Sure, then I guess that's your Game of the Year. But I do not understand the hype with this based on my preferences in gaming. It's too hard. The navigation makes no sense. And like, it's not like the story's there to carry it. And don't get me wrong, Metroid, what's the story? My suit powers are gone. I have to get them back and defeat the bad guy. But at least the gameplay is like so fun, and you never feel like I'm just always dying and it's unfair and I'm lost. Here, you're always dying. When you die, you lose all your money and you have to go find your own ghost to get it back. And like, it kind of isn't as fun because it's like, where the hell do I go and why am I always dying? So yeah, I beat it with God mode, and it's the only way I would ever play it. And I suggest if anybody didn't like it, maybe go do that. It gets a lot more fun when you can't die, but even then, you still need a guide to know where to go. So, yeah, that's rant over for that. That's like I hate to say this, but Hollow Knight's like a 3 out of 6 for me. Like, I get
okay,
some
I'm
people,
good.
it's a
I didn't
6.
need to play it.
Yeah, It's not for me. It's just not for me at all. And if you're angry at me in the comments, like, no, I love Dark Souls and Metroidvanias, yeah, good for you.
Subscribe and like so you can keep track of Chris's hot takes and just bully him for the next year or two.
I'm gonna start getting like hate mail.
Also,
like
just
all
subscribe to
about
this podcast because it's gonna be really funny because most of us don't really play Souls-likes, and when we do, we complain about how hard they are. So
yeah, I think
you'll
I'd rather
hate
play
watch
Elden
the
Ring.
fuck out of our show.
Did you ever play Elden Ring, Chris?
No, I didn't.
You should play Elden Ring.
Yeah, like that one seems like at least the gameplay and the navigation and all that's like decent. Like I'm not going to be just like this is like it's hard, but it's like more doable and the rest of it is enjoyable.
No,
I found Elden Ring along the same lines, not same level of difficulty, but like same design as Metroid Dread, where it's like,
Okay.
hey, it's difficult and you're gonna die a lot. And like it's just Metroid cranked to 11, but it's like
Yeah.
you're gonna die a lot, but it's going to be because of you, and it's going to be you have to like learn, like you have to learn the attacks and stuff. And the other nice thing though is that what I think Elden Ring does really nice is it's an open world, so you can go and grind a bit if you need to. So if you get to a point where you're like, oh man, I'm struggling, like you could go grind for a bit.
Yeah, like
I'm not a Souls guy, and I played Elden Ring, and I liked it.
I'd give that a go. Yeah, like you can't even grind in this level or anything like that. Like Metroid, you keep getting stronger. Here you can get your weapon stronger, but like I didn't notice much of a difference. I'd still get to a boss, and I'd have to hit it probably 30 to 40 times, and the thing's zipping around, and I have a little fucking sword. Like that's my attack. And it's like, I can't hit you. Oh, he hit me twice, and I haven't even hit him once. How would I get through this?
Yeah.
Because I have 5 health. Like, and even though I extended it to 6, I think you can get it to maybe 7 max. Like, it's never like you can actually get yourself more powerful and return to other areas. And it's like, oh, I'm like, this is the easy area now because I'm more powerful. No, it stays the same fucking difficulty the whole time, even if you go back to the original area. So, yeah, that's my rant.
I did almost forget to say I did actually finish a game. Finished Mega Man Legends on stream Friday night.
Yeah.
That's true.
Which, by the way, still is hard, but not as bad. Because most of the game is easy. Then you go to Juno at the end, and Juno's like, oh, you've had some fun? Nah, it's time to challenge you. I hope that you learned how to do some of the moves in this game, because Lord knows the camera's not going to help you.
Yeah, true.
All I can say is from replaying that game, man, if there's ever a game... If I don't need much of a reason to say that I want a Mega Man Legends remake. Now that I've finished the OG again, oh my god, that game needs a remake so fucking bad. I need to be able to play this game with a not shit camera, please. Oh my god, I would kill for that.
The L1R1 camera back
I
in the
would
day.
kill,
Oh.
even just if somebody made a version of the PS1 game and did no other work on it other than make the right thumbstick the camera. If they just did that... I would love this game like 10 times more than I already do.
It's because the PS1's original controller didn't have the joysticks at all. It was only
Don't
the
care.
D-pad.
Fix it now.
Yeah, like fix it now.
Come on, Capcom.
I don't know why they haven't re-released this. There has to be one coming. They keep doing Mega Man collections.
There's something it's like Chrono, right? Like there's something about like whether it's someone specific. It's always got to be something stupid, right? Like somebody specifically on that team they don't like, and they never want to give them any sort of credit ever again on anything. There's something stupid in the back because there's no way that with the amount of outcry, whether it's Chrono with Square or Mega Man Legends with Capcom, that they don't know, right? Yeah. There's certain games out there that people have asked a million times. It's like Bloodborne, for example. They know, they just don't care.
If only PlayStation had a studio that could do remakes really well.
Well, I wasn't going to mention Bluepoint, but hey, since you brought it up, what are we doing, guys? I thought we finally gotten past it with Jim Ryan leaving.
I think this is the worst Sony decision that they've ever made. Like I can't think of a worse one.
No, the worst one is the live service trend. And
okay, yes.
So here's the thing. This is still, like, we talk about Jim Ryan being gone and everything. This is still the rippling effect of that decision. And, like, one of the things we talk about, like, we talk about long game development, like, game development taking 5+ years. That's what happens with these decisions, right? Like, Jim Ryan's effect is going to be felt for the remainder of the PS5 era. Like, it's going to take that long to correct. we're probably going to feel it until like 2026 or until
We're gonna feel it until we're
Yeah.
dead, because at this point, companies just have given up on trying to listen to anybody other than the 10 people in their boardroom.
But the thing is that like from what I understand with Bluepoint is that they struggled to they wanted to make their own game. PlayStation told them to make a live service game. It didn't go well. I think they were trying to make a God of War live service game.
Yeah.
It didn't go well, so they've now have nothing to show for the last couple of years. They're not making profit. You know, Sony had to let go.
Well, we got to make sure the shareholders are happy. You know,
Well,
those people.
no. That's the thing. It's 100% the thing. Like, they need to cut it to make this quarter, this fiscal year, whatever, look good. And you do short-term gains for long-term pains. But this is an effect of Jim Ryan going, hey, let's make live service games, and basically pivoting. It's like taking taking a race car driver and putting him on a motorcycle and be like, it's the same thing, go, and it's not.
Well, it's more my frustration again with people are being told to do something, they do it, it's not what they're good at, and then you give them shit for doing it.
I mean, PlayStation has always done this, though. Like, think of it with,
I know, that doesn't mean I hate it every time it fucking happens.
Yeah.
We always go back to the Shining Star example. Fucking Satoru Iwata made a dumbass decision with the Wii U. And did he fire a bunch of people? No. He cut his fucking salary because of it.
Yeah.
Because, these guys at the top, they're really hard done by, so they got to make sure that, they're done well. Mm-hmm. I'm sure those millions of dollars in your fucking bank account are doing such a great thing, you piece of shit.
Yeah, I'm going. No, and I think one of the things, the other issue or interesting thing about Bluepoint is that, they do remakes really well. And I wonder, how much, is that something you want a studio for, to make remakes? And I'm not disagreeing. I think
Given
Bluepoint
that
is
they'd
amazing.
be quick, I'd say you would.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, we look at something like The Last of Us Remastered, right? That was done in-house by I'm going to, not disparagingly say, a B or C tier team. You get some of the new guys, get them to cut their teeth, you get them to do remasters. Is that something you need to have a studio that does remakes, or is that something you can, I'm not a game developer. If I'm wrong, please correct me. But is that something that you need to have top talent for, or is that a project that you could give to younger, inexperienced coders or developers to get them to build it, right? Is that a way that you kind of foster your, in-house, development teams so they can start making bigger stuff? I don't know. I'm just hypothetically, is that something maybe that one of the things that Sony looked at?
I mean, they probably looked at many things, just not the smart decision.
Yeah.
No, I think, because this team was small. It was only, I think, 70 people that worked out. And when I say small, I mean, small for, big AAA.
Yeah.
Compared to Naughty Dog and stuff.
Yeah, compared to them, yeah. You have this smaller team, and, they're really good at making remakes and have their own engine, apparently, or something that they'd kind of brought with them. I would have just not had them working on whatever this bullshit is, gone back to all the IPs I had back in the PS1 and PS2 era that I'm doing nothing with, and start remaking these really fucking old games in this modern thing. Look how well Snake Eater has sold for Metal Gear Solid 3. And that's a PS2 game which you can up-res in emulators and stuff, and it still looks
imagine
fine.
what you can do with something like a Sly Cooper, right?
Exactly. That's the
There's
exact
so
one I was
many.
thinking of.
Now,
remake the Sly Cooper trilogy, but with
Infamous.
modern stuff. Infamous. There's all
But
Resistance.
even beyond that, we don't even have to talk about the remake thing.
Killzone.
As you said at the top, they wanted to do something on their own. Mm-hmm. Again, you have no track record with this company. All you have to do is say, well, what are you guys looking at? Here's a small, budget for it. If we give you, I don't know what a small budget is for a studio like this, but let's just say, if a normal game will cost you $100 million, let's say they just say, okay, we got $5 million for a budget for you. What do you guys think you could pull off with that?
Yeah.
Because we've been saying this for a while, right? The thing that we're asking a lot of these AAA developers to come up with is hey, can you guys start making some stuff that doesn't take you 7 years?
Yeah, and I think this was
every
the perfect
franchise.
studio.
Did we forget that an entire Mass Effect trilogy was in one generation?
Yeah.
Yep.
The amount of games that we used to get at least 2 of in a franchise before a console's life cycle was done, and now we're geez, we might not even see one.
PS3 had all 3 Uncharted's and Last of Us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All from the same studio. 4
Yep.
games.
It's you
the
can't
Resistance
tell
series,
me that
all
you
in
guys
one
can't do
series.
this. I know that we all expect as gamers that we want things to be bigger and better. Fine, but like for every one game that takes 7 years to make, how is it not possible for these studios to go, well, we need to make money at some point. Why don't we do a couple of small projects? Yeah. Like, again, like I know that a lot of the times we also complain about remakes and remasters because they're so like overdone now, but like that's a short project.
Yeah.
Like it's something.
Yeah, it's something.
Yeah.
But instead they're like, well, by short projects you mean like a bunch of live service games that we'll release in garbage states to start with, but you'll give us lots of money, right? Because all you guys like doing is consuming, right? Like that's all we do. All we do is give them money. So we'll just put this ragtag like live service idea that we have out. It'll make like a little bit of money, but we'll microtransaction the hell out of it, so anybody who's still playing is going to spend thousands of dollars on it, and then they can slowly like patch it together so it's mildly okay by the time we have to shut the game down.
Yeah.
So this
Or
is not sustainable.
the flip side is you go, hey, you guys want to do something weird? Like you got some like crazy dream idea you want to do that you can do with like a low budget. Here's like a couple million. Go fucking have fun and come back, and we'll see what you got in 2 years.
Yeah.
Yep.
But
So
instead,
much
they're
they
like,
could've
well, we got to find another way to lose $400 million again.
Like
Concord 2.
Well, enough about Highgar. We already did that last week.
They could remake Concord.
But I think like, and this is gonna like lean into our conversation with like Phil Spencer, but like the thing is like these decisions that we're seeing from leaders, like they live on beyond their tenure at the company, and
Yes.
you're gonna feel those effects for years to come.
Well, not even that, but like everything that they make is made outside of what the game industry actually is. They're making decisions in a stock room.
Yeah.
Like they're Googling the stock price of their thing, and that's the only thing they look at.
Yeah.
They don't actually see anything of, what gamers enjoy, what's hot right now. And what I mean what's hot right now, I mean like what's kind of building to be hot right now, not what was famous for the last 5 years and is probably on the decline soon, aka live service, hero shooters, Fortnite clones, but apparently those people still can't figure that out. I can't wait for the third Concord that's going to happen in the next like year.
Yeah.
But like it keeps coming down to like whether it's Sony with Bluepoint and now obviously with Phil Spencer, Sarabon, and probably other people that have left in the background too. It's just we keep seeing, and Ubisoft even, like, Ubisoft is just, oh my god, the stock price of them is just ugh.
Buy the dip.
Yeah.
But like I don't understand how there's so many examples. Actually, I do understand, but I'm still going to say it anyway. I don't understand how all of these companies see all of their quote unquote friends or competitors or whatever the fuck they call them at whatever boardroom meeting they're in that day, and go, huh. So that thing that we're possibly looking at is not working. Maybe we should do a different thing. And then 5 years later, they go, shit, we shouldn't have done the thing that we knew years in advance not to do.
Yeah.
But it's okay. I'm sure it'll be fine now that an AI guy is running Xbox.
To be honest, I'm kind of excited for this. And I kind of hope it, like, I have high expectations for the new.
I have no
head of
expectations, which means any progress is going to be a huge boon for me.
Yeah, maybe.
Well, like, let's jump into it. Let's get
Yeah,
right
let's
into it.
go.
Do we want to talk about, like, let's talk about Phil Spencer and, like, the team get, like, what do you think? First of all, let's start with Phil Spencer. Do you think Phil Spencer was successful in leading Xbox? I'm going to start with Chris.
Oh, just like straight up, yes or no?
I'm not going to give you a chance to kind of pick a side on, to sit a fence on.
Because
You're laying down the fence.
I wrote down all the things that I thought he did good and all the things he was iffy. So I look at Phil Spencer the same. This is going to be a Disney reference because the Disney guys people know. For anybody who knows Michael Eisner, he ran Disney from like the mid to late 80s until the mid 2000s before Bob Iger took over. So Michael Eisner. He started Disney, pulled it at like in the mid 80s. Disney was fucking horrible. It was like it was going down the toilet. He came in and made the Disney Renaissance. Then he made Disney cruise ships. Then he made 2 new parks at Disney World and Disneyland Paris and Disney Tokyo and all this shit. He did all that and it was great. And then he still stayed there and overstayed his welcome, and it hit like the year 2000, and he's like, let's make the movie Barnyard, let's do all this other shit. And Disney went again right back to the fucking 80s where it was crap again until Michael Eisner retired and then Bob Iger came in. I feel Phil Spencer to me is the same thing. When he first came in, it was kind of like, all right, he's going to shake things up a bit. He's doing some good things, and some good things are in here. I've got like Xbox Play Anywhere, backwards compatibility being the best on an Xbox compared to any other system out there because it goes all the way back to the original. I think the cloud gaming stuff was even kind of good. I'm not going to lie, because it's kind of made it a little more mainstream. Though I don't want it to be like the only way to play, but like it's kind of an option. But I think it is one of those things where even if he did start good and people liked his vibe and he kind of was like good for the company in the beginning, I don't know if it's that he overstayed his welcome. I don't know if other people were telling him like, no, man, you're not performing at as high as we need you to, so we got to do different things. And I think he kind of fell off and kind of overstayed his welcome, or maybe should have passed the torch. Because I think it's like he had some great ideas, but those ideas may not be great from the industry and might actually be around for a long time. One of those things being Game Pass. I'm not sure if Game Pass is good for the industry. Like, it kind of, like, I don't think Netflix is good for movies and TV shows. It's kind of ruined that industry a bit. So I guess if I had to pick like yes or no, I think in the end it might be like, not like a hard no, like, yeah, he's gone, thank God, but like he's done some stuff that I think might have a lasting effect that maybe him leaving a little bit earlier or something would have probably been better.
Interesting. Yeah. Adam, I'm sure you're going to give nothing but, positive reviews.
Honestly, for the most part, I think he did good. It's just the problem is we're only going to remember the end. Because when you think about what he came back from, like, he pulled Xbox out of Don Matrick's fucking hellhole.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And inevitably, like, Xbox... I hate using this comparison right now, but, like, you look at America right now, right? Even if in 2028 the damage is undone, it's going to take decades for any of the hurt feelings and any of the now lack of trust to be adjusted again. And Xbox, even after Don Matrick was gone and Phil Spencer came in and started changing things for the better, I don't think people still truly gave Xbox any shot because, and I was part of that. Like, I did not own an Xbox One and never considered it as an option. And even getting a Series X was largely just because Game Pass was such a steal that you didn't have a choice. But like, if I had to choose a console tomorrow, I'll keep the PlayStation, just because I think there's a better shot in the long run. And I do think that for what we're going to remember him as he's leaving, I'm honestly going to say that there's a genuine shot that if Phil Spencer isn't the head of Xbox when he was, that Xbox might have already been gone before we got to this point. Because the path that they were on, they took what for 2 generations was arguably the top tier gaming console that there was, and decided instead to turn it into a family entertainment system.
TV.
That, when your entire core, and still to this day, your entire core on the Xbox, for the games that they have, are hardcore gamers. They're generally like the 18 to 35 male demographic. It still is that demographic console. And they have tried so many different times to pull other people in. And every time they do that, it works for a moment. And just like the Wii, those people go away again because they aren't there long term. It's why Nintendo's probably decided to take a shot with the Switch 2 of having a much stronger console to see what happens with that, because when those people stay, or when those people choose you, they'll stay for a long time if you give them all they want. And Xbox gamers to this day, I feel so bad for them that have been there since day one, because they have been there through thick and fucking thin, and they continue to not get rewarded since the Xbox One's generation started. They had hints here and there, but every time that they've had that chance, it's been gone. And that's largely Don Matrick's fault. Phil Spencer gave them that ray of sunshine, that hope. And then I don't even know if it's necessarily Phil Spencer. I still think that part of my brain's like, it's the boardroom, overly corporate mentality that's just kind of led to everything's got to be, for everyone. We have to make, $30 billion fucking dollars on every product, no matter how niche it is. And it's just, there's almost nothing you can do. I don't think there's anything Phil Spencer could have done, like any genuinely good idea that he could have done and introduced that wouldn't have mattered, because as good as Game Pass was, it doesn't change the fact that the console was designed with a games library that was for everyone and for no one at the same time. Because any game that they released, was even the ones that were licenses that people have been known for a long time. You look at Halo, you look at Gears, none of them paid off. And the acquisition of Activision Blizzard, what game has gone through to be like the cultural phenomenon? They've sold well, but like the closest we can think of from that is Indiana Jones, and most people have probably forgotten about it now. Because it sure shit wasn't Starfield. Call of Duty is a shell of its former self.
Yeah.
Like, what has Xbox done in this decade alone that is going to be memorable, apart from Game Pass being a steal for like a couple of years?
Yeah, and that's kind of where I'm going to jump in. Like, for me, I think Phil Spencer, and I'm going to put Phil Spencer and Sarah Bond in like this whole team. Like, those two I kind of like associate together, but like, he was good for the brand, but he wasn't good for leadership. Like, he would have been a great, figurehead to kind of come out and talk and be down with the kids and everything like that.
Would have been a great Kevin Butler for Xbox.
Yeah, like not even just a figurehead, but like have him in the boardroom and kind of be like the voice of the team, but like not the leadership. And like, because my thought is like he's been leading this thing for like 10 years in various roles, but he's been sort of heading Xbox Game Live, all that stuff since like 2014 or something like that.
Yeah.
And that's a long time. And like, sure, he came in at a bad time with the Xbox One coming out, and like, correct the ship a little bit. But at some point, like, when is it like your responsibility of like your decisions are having an impact here? And like, I think there's a lot of things that like went wrong. Like the Xbox Series Series X is a fantastic console, but they made a mistake of going with the Xbox Series S and cutting the Achilles heel of the system that like they're now shackled to this inferior console, which made game development harder. Right? We've heard developers say like, hey, it's a pain in the ass. We can't, like, they didn't put Baldur's Gate onto the Xbox Series X first because it had to do an S, and like, we can't do this. So you're making for two different consoles with two different specs. Second, Game Pass, we've talked about it. I think Game Pass is a cool idea and cool concept. I think it was a good way to kind of come back from the Xbox One. But I think, like you said, it impacts game development and stuff, and like it affects your sales and returns. I think also the Activision Blizzard, Bethesda, like they did a lot of acquisitions, and like Adam said, where are the games? It's been, he's been leading for 10 years.
It's not even where are the games, which is also an issue, but it's like, what one have they done? Like, we even had the joke for a while that like they've had no games getting nominated for Game of the Year, like nothing showing up as being like a shining star in their library. Right,
like the best game that I think they've had since Phil Spencer is Indiana Jones, right? Like,
yeah.
Sure, you've got like
that would be my
Forza.
argument, yeah.
You got Forza, which is cool, but like it's a racing game. Like, not to take away, but like it's a very niche racing game. Like it's a racing game which is a niche genre. Like you're not getting the hits, and you've got all these studios. Like, why aren't you able to do it? Like, you're having more misses than you were having hits.
Well, even
right?
joked like Xbox kind of got a Game of the Year with Clair Obscur, and it was like it's not even like one of their main studios. It's just like something that they got exclusive rights to.
Yeah.
No, well, I don't even think it was exclusive.
Was
I think they just got it on Game Pass. That's all it is.
No.
I think it released on PlayStation day one as well.
But I think the biggest issue between both Spencer and Bond was the messaging, and like too focused on cloud gaming, too focused on Game Pass. Like they forgot to sell the console, right? And like the whole campaign, and I was reading that this is like something that Sarah Bond was kind of leaning more against, or leading the charge more of, was this like everything's an Xbox. It's like, well, if everything's an Xbox, nothing's an Xbox. Why am I buying an Xbox?
Well, it's in the same way that like PlayStation's suffering from the same problem. Where like we're not remembering much of the shit they're putting out either. The difference is they weren't selling us really hardcore on a goddamn new concept for the storefront, and like saying that that's the only thing that matters. Like, at least when they put a game out, like they're making the profit on it.
Well, I think the thing with PlayStation, whatever their problems are with like the release, the thing that is like, if you want to play the PlayStation games first when they come out, you need a PS5. You want to play on PC? Cool. You're gonna wait 2 years. You want to play it on Xbox? Get fucked. Like, Xbox, it's like, hey, we got great games. Don't worry about buying our console. Don't worry about buying Xbox Live. don't worry about buying Game Pass. If you've got a PlayStation, you can buy our game for...
It was kind of an admission
$80.
that our games aren't good enough to stand on our own consoles, so we're just going to put them everywhere so we can make as much back as we can.
Well, I don't like. Yeah, I think like inadvertently that was a message, but just think about it. Like, you have a great game like Indiana Jones. If you had said, "Hey, yeah, we got Indiana Jones," like, great, you have to buy an Xbox to play it. Like even PC, like delay. Like, you want it on PC, cool. You're gonna wait 2 years. If you want this first, get it on Xbox. And I think what would happen is, like, long term, what should have happened is you take Xbox Series X and you build a catalog. You build a library of games. We've got, like South of Midnight. We have Indiana Jones. We have what the hell was that game I really liked? That Dawn of Siege, Dawn, whatever.
Flintlock.
Flintlock. Thank you. Like, I like that game, but whatever.
I love how we remember it. Not you.
Yeah, right.
Whatever. But like, you build this catalog of games. Are you going to win them on this console? No. But what's going to happen is that you're going to have next console generation. What you do is you say, hey, our new console is backwards compatible, and we're going to be coming out with more new games. That's what they did with the PS4, right? Like, when the PS5 came out, they're like, hey, it's going to play PS4 games. You have people jumping ship and being like, hey, I can also go back and play these games I haven't played before on this new console. Like, that's what you have to do. So, but they lost that cause. It was just, we need to sell Game Pass games. And I think they overextended in buying these studios. Like, you have your own in-house teams. Make your damn games in-house. Don't just, like, foster what you have. Don't just acquire other
they went
developers.
on hype, right? Like, they did what so many companies make a mistake of. They tried to grow really, really fast, so it gets the stock price to shoot up because they're going to be like, oh, look at all this promise of all these profits that we're going to start making now. And then when it came time to pay, they all went, oh, here's a game that's coming out in 3 years. Oh, just kidding.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, here's this really good game that we released, and now we're closing the studio. Oh, hey, here's this really good game that we got, but we're not but no one's buying it for full price because it's on this thing that we... And look, as a gamer, I was happy that I didn't have to pay full price for a fucking lot of games. I could just pay this small, like, monthly fee for stuff, but, like, they made a bunch of decisions that kind of cut their foot off.
Yeah.
Right. Like, that's the thing. Like, I don't buy it. I have an Xbox, and I've not once bought an Xbox game. Because I'm not on Game Pass.
No,
Nope, same. Mine came with Forza, and that's the last thing I bought for it.
Yep. I have one game, and that's Diablo.
Actually, that's not a lot. I did buy digital versions of MLB The Show, but that's just, that's me.
Yeah.
I think you can kind of sum it up into three things. You got Game Pass, which kind of fucked them. Their acquisitions, they over-acquired and under-delivered. That's probably the best way of putting that, because besides Indiana Jones, like the Bethesda one has some. They've got Doom, they've got Indiana Jones and stuff like that. But Activision, like, I don't think they've had any success there, really. Like, sure, Call of Duty is successful.
Well,
but...
and even at the time, like, when they bought them, I'm like, really? You want that fucking cancer?
Well, this is the thing with, like, Activision. Like, Activision is I think it's the largest acquisition in history.
Yeah.
You don't think also, like, you got to think about how much it costs for them to go through all the legal troubles to even acquire it, right? That's just the price we have for acquiring it. That doesn't include all of the associated costs
and everything.
Well, just the associated cost of acquiring it. And then, like, what was the last great game? Like, what's the biggest hit we've gotten from this Activision Blizzard?
I don't know.
Diablo 4?
Diablo 4 and maybe Call of Duty Black Ops 6. Maybe.
I mean, numerically, it's
a lot.
probably something like that. But, like, if we talk in terms of, like, things that people consistently, like, talk about.
Yeah. Like,
I don't know what the answer even is.
I think the
I'm
last
sure they
one that we
like the
talked about was like Jedi Survivor was probably like the last Activision game that people talk about, and that was in 2023.
And I still don't think they talk about it that much.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, they got that, and then the Xbox games everywhere. That just messed them right up, because that was more of a, like, crap, we're not making enough money because our acquisitions with the games aren't good enough to get people to buy the console, and we're pushing Game Pass anyways, and there's not enough good first-party day one games coming out for people to need Game Pass as much as it's needed. So they kind of just, like, made it so you don't need the Xbox. You don't need to buy games on the Xbox because there's Game Pass, and you don't need the Xbox because no games are releasing, and therefore we're going to put on everything else anyways.
As much as we dunked on PlayStation when they came out with their new PlayStation Plus tiered subscription, and, you know, we were kind of saying, like, hey, you're not getting day one games, like, that's probably a smart move on Sony's position of, like, hey, once again, you want our games, pay for them.
Yeah,
right?
there's still quality, or they feel quality because you have to buy them, and they're not just thrown into some dumb little.
Well, it shows that, like, and we can talk about like whether or not this is actually the case, but like it feels at least like PlayStation believes in their first parties and values them, whereas Xbox just sprays and praise.
I mean, it would make sense because I mean, like, look, like most of them have been at least pretty good. I mean, like, as much as I know some people are a little down on like Spider-Man, the second Spider-Man game, but I'm like, I thought it was fantastic.
No, that
so,
game's
like,
fantastic.
I felt like it could stand alone.
It's okay.
Whereas I look at what Xbox released in this decade, like I looked at what Activision Blizzard's done, for example, and I'm like, it's literally like it's nothing. Like Bethesda's really like the closest thing with indie.
Yeah, I think Bethesda's
Like
the
Diablo
only one they've
4
kind of had some.
is its thing, but like that game, Xbox has nothing to do with that. That's a PC thing. Most people that actually care about that game is on PC. It's not the same thing.
Oh, and Kaylin had mentioned like they were putting games on PC day one and they shouldn't do that. I actually have a slightly different approach because Xbox has that play anywhere. And if you buy the console version of a game on PC, there's the Xbox app and you get that version of the game in there. They should still release also day one on PC, but only in the Xbox app. Don't put it on Steam. Don't put it in all the other stores. It's like if you buy it, you get the console and PC version for one cost. It's kind of like when the Vita and the PS4, you could get one version, pay once, get two versions of the game. You'd still have people in the Xbox ecosystem. You're getting the 30% for every sale. Maybe you'd have people like not use Steam as much because they're actually like buying all of their games inside that Xbox app because, well, you're buying it for the console anyways. Or maybe people would just get both. Who knows? I don't know. But I could see them still doing PC, but like only using that Xbox app.
And if you want to stagger it on Steam, you wait for a certain amount of time.
Yeah, you wait like PlayStation does, a year or two. Then it goes on Steam. Because like, look at Minecraft. Like Minecraft's not on Steam. That's for some reason an Xbox game that's not on there. And Xbox makes so much money off of the actual Xbox app version of Minecraft. Same as, but then you get every other game, even Minecraft Legends and all this other stuff. Indiana Jones, people aren't buying it on the Xbox app. They just go right to Steam because they just know that store will run better and it'll just be like more easy to navigate or whatever it is. Like, yeah.
It just seems like in the grand scheme of things, like, or I don't think his legacy is going to be like bad per se. I think it's just more we're going there and be like, man, this was so much wasted time.
I think it's the situation like his legacy is like he was all flash and no sizzle kind of thing. Is that the term? Like,
Yeah.
like he came across really big, came across as like man of the people, fellow gamer, but like had a lot of big ideas, didn't have the follow through, and I think that's kind of where it was. You know,
it's just a lot of thing of like it's just like his like that bar on the timeline is going to show that he was there for a while, and there's just nothing to talk about.
yeah.
Like I think in the grand scheme of things, like I don't think there's like enough to weigh it in either direction. I think it's just,
Yeah. It's
Which
kind of
is-
like, yeah.
I suppose not the worst, but it's also not good.
Yeah. He didn't fail, but he wasn't successful kind of thing.
No, it sucks because he has on stage the same presence that like Reggie had with Nintendo.
Yep.
But the thing is that obviously how many decisions Reggie made and stuff, but he pushed for like Wii Sports being packaged in with the Wii. And when the Wii U failed, he helped push like, all right, we're going to do a new hybrid thing. We're going to stop having a console that's for the TV and handheld. We're splitting up our fan base. Let's make a hybrid. And like, was very successful at Nintendo and retired on a high note where Phil, it's like, I think Kaylin, you're saying it right, where it's like he had these ideas, maybe on paper they seemed great. It's like, we're going to have a subscription service. We're going to acquire all this stuff. You know, it's going to be
It
great.
also doesn't help that he's doing this in such a massive company where there's so many freaking channels
yeah.
that things have got to get through. Where I think honestly, it's why I'm surprised that Kalen's saying he's really excited for what's coming with the new regime. I'm like, I don't know if that company has the ability to do this with the amount of people that have their voice and their hands in this pie.
Well, let's jump into it. I'll talk about why I'm kind of excited and optimistic for this new age of Xbox. So the way I take it with them removing Phil Spencer retiring and Sarah Bond kind of being not chosen as the succession is to me Xbox saying we need to go in a different way. We need to pivot and go the opposite way of where it was going with. Like, if they had said, hey, Sarah Bond's taking over, that's them reaffirming that we are on board and we are continuing with what Phil Spencer wanted. By going that, they're severing that. They're saying, hey, we're starting fresh. We're going a new route. So I think it's a moving away from everything's an Xbox. I think they're moving away from, games are just everywhere kind of thing. And I think it's them going back to, hey, we are an exclusive console. Whether that's PC and console, I don't know. But it's just we're dialing it back from where Phil Spencer was taking us. And, like, that's something that, like, Asha Sharma had said. Like, we're going back to, focusing on the consumer and stuff like that. It's corporate speak. Who knows what that actually means. But, like...
Well, I know what it means.
I think for me, it's like she wants to kind of go a different direction, and I'm hoping it's going back to what was working with, like, the Xbox 360, looking more at exclusive games, and like, once again, I've advocated, Adam, you can tell me, from like day one, I've always advocated the one thing I want as a Sony fanboy is an successful and healthy Xbox. Mm-hmm. PlayStation's kind of sucked right now, and I could imagine that the bar graph for PlayStation sucking and Xbox not doing well has a correlation, right? So
yes,
I want Xbox to do well. I know some people are all kind of up in arms because, like, the new CEO is coming from an AI background, but, like, that doesn't mean anything, right? Like, it's not...
No, but, like, this is coming from a pure pessimistic view of this industry. Mm-hmm. And I don't think that people have a reason to not believe that. Because I'm honestly genuinely terrified that we're going to find out in a couple of years that the next Xbox is going to be completely cloud, and it's going to be something you just pay it for a subscription to play on your computer.
Maybe, who knows?
And and if that goes in that direction, I will never touch that because I refuse to not be able to own my stuff.
But devil's advocate, that's what I'm doing with my Xbox right now, right? I pay a subscription, I use Game Pass. I'm not buying shit for my Xbox, right? Like, I'm already there.
No, but you own the hardware.
I own the Xbox, yeah, sure.
You think everything I play on this beautiful PC is totally legit?
No, but what I'm saying is that, like, if that's the way that Xbox goes, we're like, hey, we're going to sell you a box and you're just going to cloud stream everything and you don't own anything. Well, I'm doing that already. Once my Xbox subscription lapses, I don't have any game. Like, this is going to be the first console that I'm going to have that when I put it away with the rest of its, brothers and sisters in the attic, it's going to be the only one that does not have a category or library of games to go with it.
But again, I'm still talking about, like, you physically have something that is yours and can't be taken from you. At any point, you could own this, you could quote unquote own a cloud Xbox, and they could just decide, no, we're taking it down, and then it's gone. Or if the servers are down, you can't do shit. You can't even play offline stuff.
Yeah.
Like that's I'm and it's also like, even if that's not the direction they're picking in, until I see a considerable amount of time where they make some good decisions here, I don't believe for a fucking second. I don't care who they put in charge of it. Because, again, we're not talking about CD Projekt Red. We're not talking about Capcom. We're talking about one of the largest corporations on the fucking planet. Mm-hmm. I don't believe for a second that just because somebody else is in the quote-unquote position to run it is going to do anything, when I know in my heart of hearts that it's still going to be a boardroom making decisions and not this person. This person may come up with ideas, but at the end of the day, they're going to go, okay, that idea is not bad, but make it so that we can microtransaction the shit out of it. That's not bad, but make sure that we do something in this so that people don't own their stuff anymore because they shouldn't, because we want to make sure that we hold the keys. I don't believe for a fucking moment that Xbox is going to be better unless something in the entire industry changes. Because all I see happening is them still pushing more of the same. They just might throw a couple of different ideas out to make it seem like it's fresh, but at the end of the day, we're going to come back in 3 years and go, oh no, it's just worse now because there's this new concept they've come up with. It makes it even harder for us to do something.
Maybe. But
I hope that I'm wrong, like everything else. It's like when I think a game is going to be bad. I hope I'm fucking way off.
Yeah.
But the way this industry's gone in the last 10 years, I continually am more and more right that this industry is getting worse.
Maybe, but what I'm seeing is that this is Microsoft acknowledging that things are not going well and that they need to fix it.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean they're going to go in a good direction. They might go in an even worse direction.
Maybe.
And actually, That's kind of where I'm at. I'm not hopeful or pessimistic, and yes, I get I'm the fence sitter, but
Wow. What a bold take, Chris.
what I'm saying
What
is
are you then?
I'm very interested, but it could go either way. Microsoft, because like the new rumored Xbox is a PC, and their new Xbox handheld is a PC, not even made by Microsoft. It's made by ROG. And their advertising for both of them is you can have whatever storefront you want on there. As in, you don't even have to fucking buy Xbox games on it. You can buy Steam games and just run Steam, and like that's what you'll use on your Xbox. That is a horrible direction to go if you want people to be Xbox fans. And if they're still going to do that stuff, that's just them going really in the wrong direction, and they're just basically going to become a publisher and here's a box we have, but it's not even for our store. It's just we know that you can play games that are on Steam or wherever they are.
It's like how everybody keeps saying, like, oh, maybe they should just stick to making games. I'm like, no, that's worse because it means Sony basically has a stranglehold over that kind of market.
Yes. And that's kind of why I still, like, I'm not hopeful they're going to do the right thing, but I want to be hopeful because I also want a healthy Xbox. I don't think that the three of us are necessarily the consumer Xbox really needs right now, because Kalen, like you said, you have the Xbox, you'll have your subscription, you won't own any games. When you're done, you're going to just like hang up that Xbox, you're hanging up your hat and you're out. But it's not like you're now like this long time fan that's in their ecosystem. You're just somebody who's paying one of their subscriptions. Xbox players who own an Xbox and buy the Xbox and buy their games on Xbox, it's not just the Xbox first party. Like Sony makes most of its money off of non-Sony games. They make their 30% on all DLC and all store sales in their store. That's Nintendo, similar thing. And obviously that's where Xbox would love to make their money. And if they push everybody to only do cloud or Game Pass, they're missing out on all third-party sales of that 30% for every game, including Roblox and Fortnite and all that shit, because sure, people could get some of the free-to-play games on there, but are they going to buy it for that? No. Why would they buy it for that if they could have also a PlayStation or whatever, and they can play their Spider-Man and their Gears of War? Well, actually, they can play Gears of War. It's coming to PlayStation. Right? So I don't know. I just feel like even if they go that route, they're still just shooting themselves in the foot because they're just becoming a subscription service that could be anywhere.
They got the thing that I don't disagree with you, but I think the thing is they have to look at the long game, right? Because look at PS3, right? No one bought a PS3. It came out, it was like $600 to get it. No one was buying it. And like you say now, like most of PlayStation's money comes from like their people buying from the storefront. People weren't buying from the PlayStation store in the PS3 days. You were pretty much buying it for the exclusives. You had the weird diehards like me who had a PS3 and told themselves that it was better than the Xbox. But everyone bought a PS3 for the exclusives, right? Mm-hmm. That's what you bought a PS3 for. And then you like those exclusives. Then you're like, oh, the PS4's coming out. Well, I want to keep playing these exclusives, so I'm going to get a PS4. And what happened is there was like this weird shift where Xbox dropped the ball with the Xbox One, but PlayStation had like this like, hey, we're doing fine, we're building our own games. People came for the exclusives, and then just that became their console that they played on, right? So Xbox needs to go that PlayStation 3 route and say, look, we're gonna take it on the chin for a little while, and we're just gonna sell our consoles based on the exclusive games, right? And I, like you said, I'm right now playing Game Pass right now just because I've got a like deal that works for me. But if it goes up to like that $30 that I'm paying for, I'm not gonna continue doing that, right? So like,
same.
They need to price Xbox, like they either need to do one of two things: Game Pass dirt cheap, and you don't get day one games, and if you want to play the day one games, you have to go and buy them, or price Game Pass out that like only a select few are doing it, right? But if they get to the point where like I like my Xbox console, I like what they're doing, and if they said, hey, you need to buy the Xbox console and buy the games next time, I'm going to consider it depending on what kind of exclusives they have. But the next couple years, what they need to be doing is keep dropping banger after banger after banger.
Oh, 100%.
That I can reliably expect that if I get the next console, I'm going to have games to play. The problem is that Xbox One, no exclusives, right? Xbox Series X, also no exclusives because the good ones are on PlayStation 5, right? Yeah. So they need to build it where it's like, hey, you know that we're coming out with good games, but you need to play it on our console. Then I'm going to buy it.
100%. They've got to get back to the point where they've got a bunch of exclusives coming out. They should honestly be putting out more than Sony if they really want to get a name for themselves again. But yeah, like imagine Doom: The Dark Ages, and it was only on an Xbox, and it wasn't on Steam, or at least not for a year, and it's not on PlayStation and or Switch. Like, I mean, the Doom games are on fucking Nintendo Switch. Like, they put it everywhere, and it's like, imagine it's only on the Xbox. Like, that would make me like, no, sure. Am I going to buy a Doom game day one? No. Would have I bought Indiana Jones day one after I saw the reviews? Maybe. Like, I genuinely may have. And if it was only on an Xbox, all of a sudden I would be thinking of it. Whereas,
but it's also the thing, like, you're not going to buy day one. But if let's say they had held off like Doom, and they had held off Indiana Jones, and it's all behind this one console, and then Indiana Jones comes out, and you're like, oh man, I really want to play Indiana Jones. But if I also buy this console, I've got Doom to play. I've got, Call of Duty. I've got all these other games that, like, I wouldn't have bought it for that game, but if I have it, I might as well check it out.
Yeah, 100%. That's how I ended up playing certain PlayStation games that I didn't even know I would have liked. And it's like, oh, Concrete Genie, that is fun. Like, it's just random shit that's PlayStation exclusive, right?
And it doesn't have to be 10 out of 10 games, 9 out of 10 games, right? Like, the thing is, like, PlayStation Studios, they're not all 10s, but that thing of first party exclusive, like a Sony first party, has a certain aura around it that, like, hey, it may not be the best game, but I know it's going to be a good game, right? And it's the same with Nintendo. Not all Nintendo games are bangers, but, like, no one's buying a Nintendo for the third party stuff. They're buying it for the first party, and that's what Xbox needs to do.
Yes, I completely agree with this.
And I think that's what I'm hoping that, like, the new leadership is going to do with this. Like, Xbox is realizing, hey, this is not working. We need to course correct. I'm going with an optimistic route.
Yeah, I hope they do.
I hope you're right, but, like, out of all the companies in this industry, they're the ones that need to change to the same things the industry needs itself to change as well. And if the industry to me is not ready to change yet, and so because of that, my brain is immediately thinking Xbox isn't either. They might course correct to something different, but I don't think it's going to be the right direction yet. I think they're part of what the whole industry as needs to change in general before anything else. Now, if they're the ones that started, well, then we'll see the industry change way faster. The odds of that seem to be so low for me.
Yeah. It also sucks for them because I don't think we're going to see any big changes this generation. Like, there's only a couple.
No, we're
years
probably not
left
going to
in
notice this until, like, almost the end of the decade.
No, but like, how hard is it to make a new console with all the RAM prices and everything going on? And if they were working on this Magnus or PC thing, and they're like, you know what? No, we're going to make an Xbox console. We're going to go back to our old ways. Like, they'd be jumping in now looking for new parts at the most expensive time in life to ever buy the parts. This is like a shitty time to have to course correct.
Well,
industry-wide.
I think actually they're probably in a pretty sweet spot right now because, like, of all the console manufacturers, they're the ones that would benefit the most from an extended console lifespan, right?
Oh yeah, they'd have to.
They're like, hey, well, like, we've talked about PlayStation kicking it out till 2030, so there's still another 4 years left on this console. That's enough for them to, like, rebound, and we could come back at the end of the decade and be like, man, the Xbox Series X, what a turnaround, just like we did with the PS3. Like, the PS3 was the secondary console for most of that generation. It was only in, like, the last 2 years that it came around and it was, like, this amazing console. And I think, like, Xbox might benefit from the fact of saying, hey, maybe we're not going to be the first to market with a new console. We're going to sit on this one because I think, and I'm not a game developer at any, I'm not a techno guy in any sense, but I think the PS5 is not stronger than the Xbox Series X. So, like, there's more juice under the X than there is under the PS5. So, like, they don't need to upgrade either.
Well, I mean, it's probably for the best that they're getting away, but also it would help if they had things to release. But I mean, I know I'm really looking forward to Perfect. Oh, but you know what? Everyone. Oh, shit. Well, I mean, Scalebound's got. Oh, shit. Well, I mean, at least Tango Gameworks, they probably got a new hi-fi. Oh. Like, the problem is just that, like, the solution is so fucking simple. You just need to make games. And they keep going, no. Let's just literally make another Call of Duty. Let's literally just make another, like, live service copy of something. Hey, let's try to have some really cool ideas and then cancel it after 3 years because we told them, by the way, this needs to have open world elements. This needs to be, like, bigger than any game that's ever been out there before. It needs to be microtransaction to hell. And then eventually they go, well, shit, that's not what we want to make. So we're just going to tread water for 5 years.
I can't even tell what company you're talking about because you just described like 6 gaming companies.
I know,
right
that's
now.
why I said Xbox is the industry problem.
Yeah.
Like
Brutal.
it just comes down to it. Like, look, if they change for the better, that means the industry's starting to change. So, like, I hope that Kalen is right in every instance of this. I hope that by the end of this year, I look at whatever the next big Xbox showcase that they have, and I go, okay, there's some interesting stuff here. And then by the time we're talking about, you know, fall next year, that I go, holy shit, like they might actually be doing something right here. And then by the time, like, this podcast will be at episode 1000, it will be like, man, remember when we used to think Xbox was going to die?
Yeah. They could be a trendsetter. They could actually like
Instead,
go back to
episode
the old school ways.
317 will come out. It'll be like, man, Xbox has finally closed its doors.
Xbox releases $2,500 console, mostly so people can play Steam games. Goes out of business.
Like, honestly, you could go either way, and I could coin flip it at this point, whether it's going to be a good or bad next couple of years.
Yeah, it's going to be... I'm very interested, though. I'm actually very interested what's going to happen. It's going to be a fun ride because, I mean, if this was Steam or something, I've got a lot invested in Steam. I would care a lot more. I'm not very invested in Xbox. Kalen, I'm same as you. And Adam, you went up to a point. It was Game Pass pretty much only. You know, if that kind of went under, it's like, oh, well, I don't have that subscription
I was using
anymore.
my Xbox for a very good chunk of time for a while.
Yeah. I don't know. It's gonna be an interesting couple of years to watch what either really good or really bad or very neutral and actually kind of boring stuff happens at Xbox. Who knows?
Yeah, I can't wait by the end of this year being like, we still don't know what the fuck's happening over there.
We are making games, maybe. For consoles, maybe.
Well, any last thoughts on before you throw the flowers on the grave?
I still have Phil on my friends list on Xbox, so I'm not kidding. On Xbox, you can just follow whoever you want. You don't have to have them follow you back. So nice. Sometimes I see Phil playing a game.
Let
I'm
him
like,
go, Chris.
No,
let him go.
He's
He'll have more
retiring.
time-
He can game.
He'll have more time to game now.
He'll be on all the time, and he'll probably just be playing like Diablo or something on repeat.
Well, if he's got so much time now, he should be watching this podcast. Which, hey, thank you guys for all showing up for this one. We're gonna send this one off the rails, just like Xbox in the last 5 years. But that's going to do it, guys. So you know the drill here. If you're watching on YouTube, like the video, subscribe to the channel. We do appreciate that algorithm. Again, to point out, we did do a video that we released on Friday with Rajiv from Rat Squad Studios when he was showing off one of his indie game, The Final Oath. That's a really good video that we had. It was fun trying that game over the first time, so something for you guys to check out there, including the demo, which we did link in the description of that. Otherwise, if you are listening on any audio platform, you can give us a rating. Please do so there. But otherwise, share with all your nerds. Share with all your gamers. We need some people so bad. We miss having all these people commenting and telling me how bad I am, because that's mostly what our comments are. So,
Incoming Hollow Knight hate comments.
oh yeah, you're probably getting the brunt of them this time around, buddy.
If
Get
there's
him.
any comments, I gotta get one. I've got to. Hollow Knight's not great.
The first time Chris comes off his fence and he gets tackled.
Yeah, and Hollow
That'll
Knight of all
teach him.
games.
I've got opinions. Get him. We suddenly learn why Chris always sits on the fence.
Yeah, it's safe there. It's so safe.
In terms of programming, so Thursday it's my actual birthday. So this comes
Happy
out on
birthday,
Wednesday.
Adam.
So tomorrow, I will be streaming at 8:00. I'm going to be doing just a small birthday stream. I'm going to play probably like either 1 or 2 randomizer seeds in Final Fantasy IV because that's like my favorite thing to do. So come hang out, give me my birthday wishes, and then ask me a bunch of stupid questions, and I'll answer all of them. Friday, PixelPlay Side Quest. Chris and I are going to try, and when I say try, I mean try. We're probably going to do bad at it. We're going to be going through a Sporkle quiz where they really zoom in hard on JRPG covers from the PS2 era, and we got to figure out what they're from.
Do you guys want the JRPG King to help you guys out?
No.
If you got one.
That would be the ultimate test. Like, if you could get one of them, well...
No, because I'd say Final Fantasy VII until one of them comes up.
Well, it's not even PS2, so you'd be way wrong on that.
Yeah, it's already just 10 to 12.
Oh, well.
So yeah, look forward to that. And then obviously Saturday mornings at 9:30, I will be streaming. Now that Mega Man Legends is done, I will be now doing. Chris will love this game too. The N64 Hidden Gem Mystical Ninja starring Gomon.
Best game ever.
Yeah.
I can hear the music now in my head.
Ba-na-na-na-na. Now Chris is going to be vibing for the next 5 minutes.
Oh,
but anyways,
that's coming on.
we got to start vibing outside of the show, so I'm going to turn the sucker off the air. So thank you so much for watching us this week, and we'll see you on the next one. So take care. Bye-bye for now.